Welcome to the top 5 best horror games to play on your PS5 Pro, as well as your PS5. Today is the start of a whole new series, and I'm pretty stoked. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I post new videos like this every single week. With that being said, feel free to sit back, relax, and let's dive into it. The first game we're going to talk about today is Maid of Sker. This game is so freaking good. So this is a first-person survival horror game set in a creepy abandoned hotel in 1898 Wales. You play as a guy named Thomas, who's trying to save his lover, named Elizabeth, from a dark family secret. The hotel is haunted by blind, sound-sensitive enemies called the Quiet Ones. In this game you can't fight, so you gotta hide and stay silent to survive. The game focuses on stealth, sound-based mechanics, and a chilling atmosphere, inspired by a Welsh folktale. Overall, this game is spooky and story-driven, and all about staying quiet to stay alive. So yeah, this game is truly amazing, and by far one of the best horror games I've ever played. There's actually been quite a few updates since the initial release as well. And man, let me tell you, this game is beautiful. I absolutely love horror games that have a beautiful atmosphere, as well as an eerie setting. Like, especially when you first start the game, before you get to the hotel, you're going to be exploring, and the whole atmosphere, the whole landscape, it's absolutely beautiful. The environments, the sunset, the mountains and the trees, it's so cool. There's so much detail too. And not only are the graphics amazing, but this game runs incredibly smooth. If you're into British horror, I highly recommend adding this one to your list. Game number 2 is going to be White Day 2. If you're into Korean horror, you're going to love this one. So this is a first-person horror game set in a high school, taking place one day after the original game. Players explore the school to uncover dark secrets and solve the mystery of a student's sudden death. The game comprises 3 interwoven chapters, each featuring different characters and perspectives. You're going to navigate dark corridors, solve puzzles, and avoid supernatural entities. The game emphasizes exploration and stealth over combat. Players must find clues to solve puzzles to progress, with some requiring careful attention to detail. The game also features a haunting soundtrack and sound effects that enhance the eerie atmosphere. So one thing that I kind of want to mention about this game as well is that the English voice acting is good, but it's not that great. So I do recommend playing with the original Korean audio, but with English subtitles. The Korean voice acting just sounds more real. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of this series, and I gotta say, this one is the best one. The atmosphere is perfect, and I absolutely love East Asian horror. There's just so much unique lore, and their take on horror is pretty good. And of course, the graphics and frame rates in this game are amazing. This game runs so smooth, and the sound design is definitely creepy and keeps you on edge. If you're into Korean horror, this is another one that I highly recommend checking out. Game number 3 is going to be Dead Space. Anyone that's played this game before will tell you that yes, this is one of the best horror games ever made. So this is a third-person horror game set in space. You play as a guy named Isaac, who's sent to fix a spaceship called the USG, but when he arrives, he finds the crew dead and the ship overrun by terrifying monsters, armed with engineering tools instead of guns to fight these creatures. He's got to solve puzzles as well as what went wrong on the spaceship. Armed with engineering tools instead of guns, Isaac has to fight these creatures, solve puzzles, and uncover what went wrong on the ship, all while trying to stay alive and find his girlfriend Nicole. Overall, the game is dark, scary, and full of tension, with a focus on atmosphere, gore, and strategy, as well as dismemberment of the enemies. So yeah, if anyone knows me, they know that I'm a huge fan of sci-fi and horror, and this game is the best of both worlds. If you've never played this game before, you're really missing out. This game looks and runs so good on the PS5 Pro. It's by far the best way to play this game, and there's so many little subtle enhancements since the original release that really causes more immersion. The textures, the 3D audio design, it feels like you're actually there. And I will say, this game is pretty darn terrifying, so be prepared for that. If you're into sci-fi horror, this is a must play, so go check it out. You're gonna love it. Game number 4 is gonna be Tormented Souls. This game is a breath of fresh air and a very well written love letter to classic survival horror. So this is a third-person survival horror game, inspired by the classics like Resident Evil and Silent Hill. You play as Caroline Walker at the eerie Wildberger Hospital. After being knocked unconscious upon arrival, she wakes up in a bathtub, missing an eye, and must navigate the haunted hospital to uncover dark secrets and her own forgotten past. The game features fixed camera angles, challenging puzzles, and limited resources, creating a tense and atmospheric experience. Players will encounter grotesque creatures and use improvised weapons to survive. The story unfolds through exploration and environmental clues, lending to multiple possible endings, based on your choices. So yeah, this game is honestly a very well written love letter to classic survival horror. From the fixed camera angles, to save locations, it's a real treat. And yes, of course, this game looks and runs amazing on the PS5 Pro. And what really makes this game stand out is that they do not hold back. It's gory, it's grotesque, it's unsettling. This is a true survival horror game in my opinion. The overall experience is amazing. And it's definitely terrifying as well. If you're into classic survival horror like Resident Evil and Silent Hill, this is another one that I highly recommend checking out. And last but not least is GreyHill Incident. You guys want to see something cool? Check this out. Inside the case here is the actual newspaper article of the alien invasion. Now that is cool. And here's one more look at the cover. So right off the bat, I'm just gonna say it. This is one of the best underrated horror games I've ever played. So this is a first-person horror game set in the 90s. Players take on the role of Ryan Baker, a conspiracy theorist whose son has been abducted by aliens. Armed with a baseball bat and a revolver, with limited ammunition, Ryan navigates through the eerie neighborhood, helping paranoid neighbors and uncovering the truth behind the extraterrestrial invasion. The gameplay emphasizes stealth and exploration, requiring players to hide from aliens and solve puzzles to progress. So yeah, like I was saying, this game is truly underrated in my opinion, and it's honestly one of the best I've ever played. It really does feel like you're playing in an alien invasion movie, especially with the cool, creepy soundtrack. It's very similar to the movie Signs, but way better and way creepier. And I will say, this game looks and runs beautifully on the PS5 Pro. And even though this game's a bit short, it's definitely fun, which gives it great replay value. So the main thing that creeps me out about this game is the aliens. I can deal with monsters, zombies, vampires, whatever. But the aliens in this game, they're short, and it creeps me out. I think I have some kind of trauma because I watched the movie Leprechaun as a kid, and that movie scared the crap out of me. So nowadays, anything that's like below my waist freaks me out a little bit. So if anything were to ever jump out at me that was like below my waist height, I'm gonna drop kick it. I don't care if it's a kid or a dog, it's going down. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, if you're into aliens, conspiracy theories, as well as classic horror movies, this is a must play. So go check it out, you're gonna love it. Alright, well there you have it. There's 5 horror games that I definitely recommend checking out on your PS5 Pro. If there's more games you guys recommend or want to see me review, please let me know in the comments below. I'm into anything and everything. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please subscribe. With that being said, hope you guys have an amazing day, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Happy gaming, and God bless. Peace.